graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Showed swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
There we go. Hello. All right. Are we good? Are we on? Why is this a little bit high? We gotta change this and put this right over here. And this guy can slide on over here, right? All right. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Hi. Hello. Wow. It is so good to see you all. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're all having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. So we are now in the mode with the Eagles season being done, the Sixers being in the middle of their season, and the Phillies, well, they just started spring training. And the season is here, and they are in Florida, and it's a very exciting time. It's really cool to be able to cover this team, and hopefully good things to come this year for the Philadelphia Phillies. Things did not end well last year, and we'll talk about some feelings that we have and all that sort of stuff. But first and foremost, I want to be sure to say hello to all my Philly freaks. What's going on? How is everybody doing? Yes, sir. All right, so we got a Lane here. We got three-step. He came in to check on by, so it was good to see him. Serena's here. What's going on, Serena? What's up, Katie? What's going on, Cameron? What is up, Mark? What is up, everybody? Tom's also here. David's here. Yes, sir. Love it. And I missed somebody else. Somebody else was here, too, that I wanted to say hi to, and I forget who it was. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the Phillies. It's been a while. I needed to separate myself from them because things did not end so well. We all know how things ended last year. The bats went very, very cold, and what they were not able to do in the playoffs was really devastating. And it ended very, very sour, and we lost to the Mets, okay? What I'm looking for in these spring training games is the following, okay? I need to see, I want to know who is going to make the roster and who has a hot spring training, who doesn't have a hot spring training, how things look from a 1 through 9 standpoint on the hitters. You know, it's not necessarily wins and losses that really matter to me. I care more about individual performances. I saw that yesterday that Josh Breaux hit a home run, and that was really cool to see. I actually got to see Josh Breaux when he was a Yankee, and he played for the Hudson Valley Renegades when he was in High A. So that was kind of cool. But, yeah, it's not more so about wins and losses. It's more so just about individual player performances that I'm going to be looking for in regards to just the whole spring training and how players do in certain situations, because the lineups are going to change. There's going to be different players that are going to be trying to fight, to fight for a spot. Adam Miller is somebody that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on for sure. This is a guy who is probably going to start in AAA, and it seems that he is one of their top prospects. He is their top prospect, and I'm curious to see how things go for him in spring training. He is not. I mean, it's going to be really hard for him to compete with Alec Boehm over at third base, but I'm still curious to see how that sort of plays out, and if he's going to get some at bats today. I don't know. I really don't know. But things really ended sour last year for the Phillies, and with what they've done in the offseason, I really have not been impressed, honestly. I like the Jesus Luzardo move. That was good. Jordan Romano, nice move. It's a gamble, but this is a guy who can throw up to 100 miles per hour. He has some good pitches. When he's healthy, though, that's the thing, is that he has to stay healthy. They lost Hoffman. They lost some big pieces in their bullpen. And I did not think that the bullpen was as big of a problem last year as everybody thought that it was. But unfortunately, they only got Max Kepler as another bat. They couldn't really do too much getting offensive players, and they brought back the whole entire coaching staff, and I thought that was a really big issue. But it's a new year, clean slate, and the goal still is to get back to the World Series. Like, that is the goal. And we'll be doing the 162 for sure, and we'll be covering the spring training and seeing how things go. But, ultimately getting the trophy and at least getting back to the World Series is the goal for sure. I was listening to some quotes that Nick Castellanos had the other day, which I thought were really interesting. And he said that the pressure's off of them, that they don't have any pressure, which I honestly disagree with. I think that I understand where he's coming from. The Dodgers, of course, have the most pressure on them because of all the offseason moves that they've made. But I still think that the Phillies are in that window where, you have Nick Castellanos, you have Trey Turner, you have Bryce Harper, you have Kyle Schwarber. Like, there is no excuse as to why they can't get it done. Like, nobody's peaking now. Like, it is just, what can you do? Like, everybody has reached their ceiling, and how are we going to get to the finish line is the question. And that's where I'm at with this team. I really am. It's a very awkward spot, but I'm looking forward to the season for sure. I am, but just from a realistic standpoint, we've been doing this for this is now 4 years in the making. So it's championship or bust. That's the way that I'm looking at it for this season. But where are you guys? Do you guys think I'm being a little bit too harsh on this team? Do you guys think that what are your expectations heading into this season for the Philadelphia Phillies? That's what I want to know. I don't care as much about the division. I think if we get in as a wild card, that's fine. But ultimately, just get us back to the World Series. That's where I am. Yes. You are on, JJ. Good. Very, very good. Very nice. New year, new game to play. Last year is last year. Yep. That's a good mindset. That's definitely a good mindset. Ready for Phillies spring training baseball. Well, thank God Phillies season is about to start. I know the Flyers and the Sixers really haven't done much. I mean, the Flyers did win a very meaningful game, but just overall their season just has not been, I don't want to say appetizing, but it just has not been fun, to say the least. What's up, bro? You ready for the Phillies? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm happy that we're back here. You need a captain who keeps the team focused if management is not going to do it. Yeah, that's the hard part about it. I've been very underwhelmed with what Dave Dombrowski did during the offseason, and I know that they have a core of players who can do it. And the issue is will they? That's really the question. But when I'm watching these spring training games, okay, again, like what I'm looking for is who is going to make the final roster spots. right? How's Rafael Marchand going to do? Is he going to be competing with Garrett Stubbs? I'd say probably not. But if he's hot in spring training and if he's playing well and if he's making really good plays behind the plate, then there might be some competition there. I'm just saying. Same thing with Josh Breaux. If Breaux, I know that he played yesterday and he had a home run, but again, if he catches fire, what are you going to do with him? So there's a lot of stuff to look out for when you just think about this whole Phillies roster. The one thing that I did want to note, and somebody said this on Twitter, which I thought was really interesting. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Probably should have had it queued up. Phillies Baseball tweeted out a video that showed Bryce Harper's stance, and it says quote, starting to look like Bryce has changed where he's keeping his hands and back elbow while in his stance. Something looks different. And I think that that's a good thing. I do. I think that whatever he has to do to make adjustments, I see that as a positive. This guy couldn't he had injury problems last year, and with what he can do to adjust his swing, I think that that's totally fine. As long as it hopefully gives him more power, and hopefully it makes him more focused at the plate, and he can lay off the off-speed pitches. I thought that was a problem last year, especially towards the end. Even though he wasn't the reason why they lost to the Mets, he actually performed really well. But there were some at-bats where I just didn't think he could lay off of the curve. And hopefully he does that a little bit more this year. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll do that now. All right. I also expect Bryce Harper and some of the other guys to play really well too, says Katie. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. All right, it's 12:58 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons. All right, so the Phillies are taking on the Baltimore Orioles today. 9-inning games. There is a pitch clock. They have an ABS system that they are using, and so if it's tied, it's tied. There's no extra innings, but that's just how spring training works. So let's get into the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles. And again, I'm ready for a messy score box. So Taron Vara is going to be leading off over at second base. Then you got Colton Cowser out in left field. Emmanuel Rivera is the first baseman, batting third for Baltimore. Heston Kjerstad playing out in right field and hitting in the cleanup spot. And you got Kobe Mayo as the designated hitter, batting fifth. Sam Basallo is catching behind the plate, and he will be batting sixth. Then behind him, it's Nick Gordon out in center field, batting seventh. Vimael Machin is over at third base, and he is batting eighth. And batting ninth is Levon Soto over at shortstop, and he is the caboose of the lineup for Baltimore. So again, it's Vara, Cowser, Rivera, Kjerstad, Mayo, Basallo, Gordon, Machin, and Soto in the lineup for the Orioles. And for the Philadelphia Phillies, it'll be Kyle Schwarber DHing, batting in the leadoff spot. Nick Castellanos is playing out in right field, and he'll be batting second. Then you got Brandon Marsh hitting third out in center field. Edmundo Sosa hitting in the cleanup spot in his first couple of at-bats, batting fourth. Cody Clemens is the fifth hitter over at first base. And then you got Garrett Stubbs catching behind the plate, batting sixth. Cal Stevenson will be hitting seventh and will be playing out in left field. Then you got Buddy Kennedy over at second base, and he will be hitting eighth in the lineup today. And Christian Arroyo, who homered in yesterday's game, he will be batting ninth. All right. And he's playing over at third base. Card, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We'll make sure that we stop by. But yes, we will make sure that we stop by and say hello to all of you. So Jordan Romano, Jesus Luzardo, Joe Ross, and Max Kepler were the offseason additions that the Phillies did make. So that was good for them. Again, the lineup for the Phillies, it's Schwarber, it's Castellanos, Marsh, Sosa, Clemens, Stubbs, Stevenson, Kennedy, and Arroyo. And I know, as I just spilled a little bit of water, beautiful. Don't cry over spilt milk. During the regular season, we'll do this, but we'll do it during spring training too. Final score predictions today. Final score predictions for today's Phillies game. Just for funsies. I will go 8-6 as my final score prediction. I'm going to go with 8-6. What's your final score prediction? Let me know what it is down below. What is your final score prediction? What's up, John? How are you? How you doing, my friend? We got 16 concurrent viewers over on the vertical, and we got 18 on the regular horizontal. Nice. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We also do Sixers basketball. I know that the Sixers really haven't been the hottest thing in town, but if you enjoy these play-by-plays, I do traditional radio-style play-by-plays. If you enjoy it, make sure that you check out my Sixers content and also my Eagles content as well, even though the Eagles season is done. But we had a lot of fun during bird season, and we're rocking and rolling with the Sixers too, regardless of how they perform. David says that his final score prediction is 5-3 Phils. Okay, 5-3. How about anybody else? Anybody else want to give their final score prediction for today's game? Just curious. It's 103. The Phillies NBC Sports Music intro hits like nothing else. Yeah, I agree with that. The Grapefruit League home opener in Clearwater is here, folks. It is here, and it is beautiful to see. It's great. Anybody else want to give their final score predictions on today's game? Let us know down below. If you guys want to, you're also more than welcome to give back to the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you're more than welcome to become a member as well. I did not update the member the emotes. I didn't do it for spring training. I think it's a little bit hard. I probably could just get like a Phillies emoji, all that sort of stuff. John says that it should be a good game today. I expect that they're gonna put up runs. I'm curious to see who pitches in this bullpen game, man. I'm curious as to who's gonna come out today and what they have. I could care less about the wins and losses. I care more about who's gonna make the end of the roster spots. You know, who's going to make those final roster spots, and where are some of these other players who are developing? Where are they going to start? That's really what I'm curious about. At Baker Ballpark in Clearwater, Florida, that is where the Phillies are taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Neil says 6-2 is his final score prediction. Yes, sir. Hey, JJ, what's going on? It's baseball season. Yes, indeed it is. Love it. You got fans sitting over on the lawn out in the outfield, taking out their cell phones, taking some pictures. It is a picture-perfect day out there. It is, 67? It's 72 degrees. Holy cow. It's not this cold... It's not this cold, cloudy weather that we're having here on the East Coast in South Jersey. Totally different. That's really cool. So again, the lineup. You got Terran Vara, Colton Cowser, Emmanuel Rivera, Heston Kierstad, Kobe Mayo, Samuel Basallo, Nick Gordon, and Vamayo Machin, and Levon Soto. for the Baltimore Orioles. And that is their lineup for today. First call of the year, says Justin. Yeah, been keeping busy with the Sixers. Been keeping busy, of course, with the Eagles. Go check out those go check out those calls. I really do encourage you guys to do that. But ready for baseball for sure. Tyler Phillips is getting the start today for the Phillies. I like this. That's a good way to kick off the home opener for spring training. I like that. Last season, Phillips pitched in 7 starts. He had a 4-1 record. Also went 36 2/3 of an inning. And at a 6.87 ERA, 7 walks allowed, and 28 strikeouts, too. Phillies are in their regular pinstripes. Oh, it looks so good to see the pinstripes. It really does. It puts a big smile on my face. So we shall see how Tyler Phillips does today. This is a guy who pitched a complete game last year. Had that 4-hitter. His first home start, which was beautiful to watch. Guy who is from Philadelphia. And Vara will be leading things off for the Baltimore Orioles. All right. So Vara batting on the left side. The Orioles are in their orange tops and gray bottoms. Have the black letters and numbers on both the front and the back as well. And Phillips lines up and delivers, and the first pitch is outside, and spring training is underway. Nice. Okay. 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, I like this new graphic that they have. And the next pitch, there's a sinker at 94 that's fouled back over towards the screen. All right. I'm going to be adjusting the scoreboard right here. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the lineup and the pitch. There's a foul ball. Phillies defensively in the infield. You got Buddy Kennedy over at second base, Cody Clemens at first, Christian Arroyo over at third. Over at shortstop, it'll be Edmundo Sosa. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards right field, and it is a foul ball. Easy up, gamers. What's going on, man? How are you? So it is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vavra. Wanted to make sure I said that correctly. If there's something that I mispronounce, folks, please let me know. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Phillips with the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. It's down low for ball 2. Okay. Why is this not refreshing? Bear with us. This is our first game doing this. 2-2 delivery, and there's another foul ball. It was off of a curveball at 83 miles per hour. In the outfield for the Phillies, it's Cal Stevenson out in left field. The center fielder, it'll be Brandon Marsh, and then it's Nick Castellanos in right. 2-2 delivery, popped up, hit foul behind home plate, and it'll find the seats. So a good at-bat by Vavra, and already 7 pitches. Sinker, 4-seamer, sweeper, changeup, curve, and sinker. That's been the pitching sequence. The 8th pitch of the at-bat is inside. And the count is now full. So it is 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 delivery, down low and inside for ball 4. And Vavra is able to draw a walk. Crew chief for this afternoon, Vic Carapazza is the home plate umpire. Then you got James Hoy over at first base, Roberto Ortiz at second, and Dan Merzel over at third base as the umpire. Garrett Stubbs is catching behind the plate, and Tyler Phillips is on the mound. So now up to bat is Colton Cowser, and the first pitch he sees is at 96, and it's outside for ball 1. What's good, JJ? What's up, Lou? How are you, my friend? It's so good to see you all back on here. Puts a big smile on my face. 1-0 pitch to Cowser, and that's a strike. According to Vic Carapazza, it was a changeup right at the knees. Got to run out for a bit. All right, sounds good, man. Cowser in 2024 was second in AL Rookie of the Year voting. Hit .242. He had 24 homers and 69 RBI. The 1-1 hits him right square in the knee, and he'll be rewarded first base, and that'll move Vavra over to second base. So not a good start by Tyler Phillips, as there's traffic on the bases already. Looks like Stubbs wanted him more over the plate, and that pitch was not even close. Why is this not updated, man? Weird. So now up to bat, you got Emmanuel Rivera, and the first pitch he sees is taken in there for a strike. Josh is here. What's going on, man? Coster, what's going on, my friend? Rivera with 22 homers in his career and a .244 average, and the 0-1 swing and a miss. That pitch was way off the plate and in the dirt. He went fishing after it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. This year we are doing some things differently. I'll explain that in just a few moments. But it should be a fun season again. The Phillies in their white and red pinstripes. 0-2 delivery on the way. Check swing. Did he go? They say no, he did not. Over at first base. That'll put the runners, though, as the ball did bounce away from Garrett Stubbs. It is a wild pitch. And that'll put runners over at second and third. All right, so let's figure out what's going on with this. Oh, it just doesn't update. Google has not updated anything. 1-2 delivery. Check swing. Did he go this time? He most certainly did, says James Hoy. And there is a strikeout. And one deposited into the bank. Okay. And that'll bring up Keston Kierstad. Let's go to ESPN. Do they give you... All right, we can pull up the box score here. We'll do that. Just bought the Phil's St. Patty Day hat. Nice. Jose is here. What's going on, Jose? How are my friends doing? It's so good to see you all. It really is. So 1 out, and there's runners over at second and third. Tyler Phillips with 16 pitches already, and Heston Kierstad is up to bat. With 1 out, Cowser's over at second, Vavra's at third. A walk, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout so far in this game. First pitch to Kierstad is a sweeper that's low, but Kierstad does chase after it. And it's an 0-1 count. Heston had 4 homers last year, 14 RBI, and a .253 average. Wearing the sunglasses, batting on the left side. And the 0-1 pitch. Dribbler that's fouled towards the first base side. Okay. Phillies had the most complete games last year. They had 5 complete games. Blue Jays were second. They had 3. 0-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Heston Kierstad. That curveball was pretty nasty. It seems like that the curve is starting to work now for Tyler Phillips. After a walk and a hit by pitch, he's settled down. The pitch to Kobe Mayo, and there's a strike. That's right at the knees. Called a sweeper. Mayo in the minors batted .293 at 25 homers and 73 runs batted in. 0-1 pitch nearly hits him as it's way inside. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. And turn on the notification bell icons as well. Okay. We will put this right over here for you all to see. Here's the pitch on the way. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. One run's going to easily score. It's Vavra. Cowser right behind him, and he will score as well. And it's a 2-run single by Kobe Mayo as he drives in his first 2 runs of his spring training. And it's allowed by Tyler Phillips. Oh, it was a fastball right back up the middle on a 1-1 pitch. And it got past the dive of Edmundo Sosa. So it's a 2-0 ball game as Baltimore is able to strike first. And Sam Basallo is coming up to bat. Basallo, that is. 8 balls, 14 strikes, and a total of 22 pitches for Tyler Phillips so far today. Okay. That looks better. I'll take that. I think that actually looks a lot better. And I should probably move this, I realized. Sorry about that. All right, throw back over to first, and it is not in time to try to get Kobe Mayo. Why is this? There we go. Okay. I forgot I can't cover the bases with my logo on the vertical stream. Can't do that. The ball is 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the first. 2-0 Baltimore. And the Phillies, spring training home opener, the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Count is now 0-2. Philly Nation tweets out, Tyler Phillips getting ready to learn what waivers is like. Samuel Basallo had 19 homers and 65 RBI in last year's minors in the 0-2 pitch. And there's a chopper that's foul towards the first base side. Probably should get my sound effects ready, right? Probably should. We got 30 people watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And hit the bell icons as well. If you're tuning in on the vertical, hello. If you're tuning in on the horizontal, hello. 0-2 delivery on the way. There's a grounder hit over towards first base. Clemens has it, scoops it up, and tags the bag for out number 3. The damage is done, though, and Kobe Mayo gets a 2-run single to put the Orioles up 2-0. And we head to the bottom of the first. Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right, so for the Phillies, again, their starting lineup, you got Kyle Schwarber, Nick Castellanos, Brandon Marsh, Edmundo Sosa, Cody Clemens, Garrett Stubbs, Cal Stevenson, Buddy Kennedy, and Christian Arroyo out in the lineup today for the Philadelphia Phillies. My only notes for Tyler Phillips is that, you know, I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the tape on some of these things again too. But I know that it's like the first start. I get it. But there were some pitches that I feel like, you know, I'm wondering like why he went to the curveball and not the fastball in certain moments of time. And I don't know. Not really a good start by him. Phillies playing at Baycare Ballpark. Again, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons as well. We go live for Sixers. We go live for Eagles. And we go live for Philadelphia Phillies games. And I'm planning on doing more games this year. I wanted to actually talk to you all. And I'll probably do it in about like the 3rd inning or so when we get more and more people on here. So that'll be cool. Brewers just signed Manuel Margot to a minor league deal. That's because Blake Perkins got hurt. Schwarber, Castellanos, Marsh, Sosa, Clement, Stubbs, Cal Stevenson, Buddy Kennedy, and Christian Arroyo are in the starting lineup for the Philadelphia Phillies. I know it's spring training, but we blow a 5-0 lead yesterday, says Midnight Howl. Again, it's more so about, I care about like how these guys develop, you know? Yeah, like that stinks. First pitch is low for a ball. Next pitch to Kyle Schwarber. Boy, it feels good to see him back out there, and the pitch is fouled away. I am praying that this year Kyle is not the leadoff hitter, and it's no disrespect to Kyle Schwarber, but 1-1, there's a ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Rivera has it, flips it back over to Povich, who's on the mound, and there's one away. It's no disrespect to Kyle, but I just think that we got to get somebody else in the leadoff spot. I want Kyle producing runs for me. I do. I'm done with Schwarber at the leadoff spot. That's not why we lost. Here comes Castellanos to the plate, and the first pitch that he sees is swung on and missed. All right, charge. 0-1 on the way, and that is fouled back over towards home plate. Why did I not hear that? Hold up a sec. Did y'all hear that? Let me know if you heard it. The ball is 2 strikes to Castellanos, and the pitch. He lays off on the sweeper, and it's a 1-2 count. Did y'all hear that? Let me try it again. No, I can't even hear it. All right, y'all heard it. I did not hear it, though. Okay. I'll have to play around with my audio. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And there's 2 up, 2 down. David says I heard it. All right, good. I'll have to play around with these sound effects. Today was sort of like my warm-up day. Heard it again. Yeah, I know. I was trying to test it out to see if I could hear it myself. But I can't. And I'll have to figure out why. Here comes Brandon Marsh to the plate. And the first pitch that he sees is low for a ball. So 2 outs already in the bottom of the first. Tyler Phillips give up a 2-run single to Kobe Mayo. And that's how the Orioles took a 2-0 lead. Marsh had 16 homers last year. 1-0 delivery, swinging a miss on a fastball that's right down Broadway. Audio input right there. Properties, speakers, Roadcaster. That's correct. 1-1 pitch, and that's in the dirt. First time watching baseball with you, and I love the display. Thank you, David. I appreciate it, man. Have you been on for my Sixers and Eagles games? I feel like I've seen you on the channel before. 2-1 pitch. There's a grounder rolled over towards the right side. Picked up by the second baseman, and the throw over to first will be in plenty of time for out number 3. 1-2-3 go the Philadelphia Phillies as Povich comes in and gets the job done. Then we go into inning number 2, 2-0 Baltimore. Okay, so let's figure out what the heck is going on with these sound effects. Why am I not able to hear it? We'll do another sound. We'll play another sound. No, I still can't hear it. Vertical properties. Advanced audio properties. Let me try monitor only. Oh, wait, hold up a second. 1 second. Hold up. I'm going to switch my scene for a second, and then I'll come right back. No. Still can't hear it. Huh. That's weird. That's really odd. Let's go to... We're using OBS, so let's go to Settings. Let's go to Audio. Right? Where's the audio at? Monitoring device default. There we go. Okay, now let's try it again. Save changes. I want to save my changes. Yes. Okay. Last time we'll do a drum roll. Nope. Nope. It's not doing it. That's odd. Huh. That's strange. Weird. Yes, I've watched the Sixers with you. Yeah, I thought you were on the Sixers with me. First pitch from Tyler Phillips as we start off inning number 2 is fouled back over towards the screen. So Nick Gordon, former Miami Marlin, is up to bat. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell icons as well, folks. Eagles Super Bowl win should inspire the Phillies. I agree, man. The pitch to Gordon. There's a pop-up hit out over towards shallow right field, and the right fielder is under it, and he'll make the catch. That's Nick Castellanos, who puts away Nick Gordon. Okay, well, I'll have to remember to check out the sound effects. Or just check out my audio output. I can't understand. Oh, wait, maybe it's in my actual settings. Let's go to System. Let's go to Sound. Speakers. That's on. First pitch to Machin in the air. Hit out to deep left field. It's going back towards the track, and it is gone. Vamayo Machin able to hit a solo homer the opposite way. And the Orioles take a 3-0 lead on Tyler Phillips. Left a hanger right out over the middle of the plates. Right down the middle, and Machin did not miss a beat on it. The 31-year-old from Humaco, Puerto Rico, able to knock it out of the ballpark. He's only had one career homer. 3-0 Baltimore. And now Levon Soto is up to bat. And will punch the first pitch foul. The ball is one strike. There's a curveball that just misses outside. And the count is 1-1. Soto last year in the minors batted .283, had 4 homers and 42 runs knocked on in. And he'll take the next pitch low for ball 2. As long as you guys can hear the sound effects, that's all that I really care about. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a 4-seam fastball thrown right down the middle, but it's chopped foul towards the first base side. Soto from Venezuela will be 25 in June as he fouls off the next pitch. Plays second base and shortstop for the Orioles organization. Also was a part of the Angels and the Reds organization as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch from Phillips. Outside and low for ball 3. Paxton Thompson is warming up in the bullpen for the Philadelphia Phillies. 3-2 delivery. That's fouled back over towards the screen. played for Triple-A Norfolk and appeared in just one game with Baltimore, and then he was actually sent to Cincinnati, and then he came back to Baltimore. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch. Freeze frame. Struck him out on the outside edge. And that is the second strikeout from Tyler Phillips, and it's a backwards K as Soto goes down looking. It's actually his third strikeout today. 2 outs, top of the second, 3-0 Baltimore. And Phillips gets ready and throws a sweeper to Vavra, and he lays it off. Taron Vavra walked in the first and scored a run. The 1-0 curveball that's at the knees for strike 1. Vavra's 27. And the 1-1 is launched out over towards left center field into the gap, but Cal Stevenson is there at the right time to get under it, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. However, more damage done by Baltimore as Vamayo Machin hits a solo homer out to left field, and it's 3-0 O's. Bottom of the second coming up. Okay. JJ, I'm super pumped for the Phillies this upcoming season. I'm ready for the Phillies, man. So, again, like I said that I'd make the announcements of what's to come this year. I said that I would do it in the 3rd or the 4th inning. I will do it in the 4th inning. But I'm excited too, man. I need a breath of fresh air after winning the Super Bowl. That was beautiful. And then going back to watching the Sixers, and whenever I get a chance to watch the Flyers, it's just been so, not fun, man. And it's just good to be able to get a breath of fresh air on things, you know? Where do you want Kyle Schwarber batting, folks? Where do you think he should bat? I think he should be batting cleanup. My lineup this year, I'd go with Trey in the leadoff spot. Okay? Hear me out. Trey, Bryce, Bohm, Schwarber, Castellanos as my starting 5. That's what I would do. Mark says that he would put him 5th. David's here. What's going on, man? Dude, I haven't seen you all since last year. Y'all should check out my Sixers and my Eagles stuff. I'm telling you, man. You really should. It's good stuff. Even if you're not as into it, I'm telling you, I think you would like it. First pitch, and it's on the outside edge for strike 1 to Edmundo Sosa. He had 31 RBI, which is a career high for him last year. You put Schwarber in the 4? I'm putting him in the 4 too. Number 1. You put him 5. So what would your lineup look like? The ball is 2 strikes to Edmundo Sosa. And Povich winds up and delivers. And it's low. The 1-2 to Sosa. And he pops this one up over towards the middle infield. And getting underneath it to make the catch is the shortstop, Livan Soto. I like the first 5 you said. It actually works. Yeah. I think that after that, you go with Bryson Stott and then JT, right? Let's pull up the depth chart. Let's just do it this way. Hold up. I'll do it this way. So Sosa pops out the short, and now Cody Clemens is up to bat. Okay, hold up. All right. So my 9 I got Trey in the leadoff spot as the 1-0 is inside. Trey's in the leadoff spot. Then you got Bryce Harper at the 2. You got Bohm at the 3. And then you got Schwarber at the 4. Castellanos at the 5. And then I would go with, at the 6, I'd say Max Kepler. This is an ideal lineup here. I'd go Max Kepler at the 6, if it's a lefty, right? And then the 7, I'd say JT. The 8th, I probably would go with Bryson Stott. And then 9th would be Brandon Marsh. That's my lineup. 2-1. And there's a foul ball to make it 2-2. But what makes it confusing is that we know that the lefty-righties things, it's going to change. So, like, the first 5 hitters they're the only things that are going to be consistent with this team, right? So, the first 5 is probably how I would go with things. 2-2. Ground ball rolled over towards the first base side. Rivera scoops it up and tags the bag for out number 2. So, yeah. Trey, Bryce, Bohm, Schwarber, and Casty. That's what you're going to see every day. First pitch, and it's way down low and outside for a ball. Turner has not shown anything, so he must show up first before I consider sliding him up to the 1 spot. Would you put Bryce in the leadoff spot? 1-0, and it's a little bit high. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball chopped over towards the first base side. Bobbled by Rivera, and Stubbs is safe. Just could not field the one-hopper on the infield grass. And it just popped in and out of the glove. And that's how the Phillies get their first base runner today. They'll call it an E3. Povich tried to go cover the bag over at first. You still think that Schwarber is the one? See, I want him producing the runs. But then I guess that the argument to that is who's going to be getting on base? Like, if can Trey really get on base a lot of times to provide him that opportunity? The pitch. And it's low and outside for ball 1 to Cal Stevenson, who hit .302 last year at AAA. Had 8 homers as well. 1-0. And that is low and away for ball 2. 3-0 Baltimore. We're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 5,000 subscribers, folks. I want us to continue to go up, up, and away. 2-0 pitch. And there's a pop-up hit over towards shallow left center field. The shortstop will get under it. That's Soto, and I'll make the catch. And the inning is over. No runs. 1 man left. And we head to the 3rd inning. 3-0 Orioles. Okay. Turner, Harper, Bohm, Schwarber, Castellanos, Stott, JT, Kepler, and Marsh. Interesting. Okay. I still think Schwarber's in. We need to start out strong this year. We do. We actually, in all honesty, I don't want this. I don't want them to go down this road. Okay, I'm being honest. I don't want them to go down this road, but I care about how they finish. I don't want to say I could care less about how they start, but if they get off to a hot start, they did get off to a hot start last year. Not at the very, very beginning against the Braves, but they were rolling after that Red series, and then they just took off. right? So if we get off to a cold start, I just care about how we finish. Like that's ultimately what I care about. I could care less about the division. I could care less about how things look during the first couple of months. Sure, would I like certain things to happen? Would I like other pitchers, to step up like Romano? Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And it'd be cool to see Bryson Stott get off to a very hot start, and it'd be great to see Bryce Harper start off strong. It would be great if that stuff happened. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what are we going to do in Red October? Will we be ready? Is the question. That's the biggest question of all. I've seen them when they started off bad. I saw them go to the World Series when they got hot in June. Saw them get hot in June again 2 years ago. And then they lost in Game 7 of the NLCS. Saw them get off to a hot start last year. Got them out of the first round. Just get me to October. No balls, 1 strike. So we have a new pitcher in there for the Phillies, and it's Tyler, who is out there. No balls, 2 strikes. That's Kyle Tyler, 28 years old, from Oklahoma City. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2, a hanging curveball that is going to be lifted out over towards center field. Marsh gets under it, though. Comes in towards home plate, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Tyler Phillips, again, his day is done. Allows 3 runs in 2 innings. Tyler was a part of the Angels, the Padres, and the Marlins organization. So he's been bounced around. First pitch, and that's a little bit low for a ball. We're in the top of the third. 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Tyler, and it's grounded foul by Emmanuel Rivera. They have to be consistent. Winning the division, but overall, winning the division's nice, but overall it doesn't matter. Just get me to Red October, man. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch on the way. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. Marsh will make the catch as he just got it above the, I think that's turf out in center field. Was able to just get his glove on, and he had to open his glove a little bit, and he did. And there's out number 2. Nice. Okay. 2 away. Here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball rolled over towards first by Kierstad, and the inning is over as Clemens gobbles it up and tags the bag. 1, 2, 3 go the Baltimore Orioles, and we head to the bottom of the third. Out at Baycare Ballpark. Okay. So ground out over to first. Rivera flied out to center. And Cowser, what did he do? He grounded out to short, right? Yeah. Cowser, I think, did that. Good pitching from Kyle Tyler, man. I thought that his stuff looked pretty good. So far my notes. Castellanos, not a good first at-bat. Strikes out, swinging. Wish that he put up a better at-bat. Sosa popped out to short. I mean, just overall, this team they're hacking again at the first pitch for the most part, and they're not disciplined. It's just something to keep your eye on. It's something to keep your eye on. What's up, Eric? How are you, man? What's good? Leading Trey off is more his thing, and we'll probably get him back like he was before he got here, says David. I would try it. Throw something at the wall. See what sticks. Maybe he'll set the tone that way. I don't know. Give him the keys and see what he does. I would try it. Going to the bottom of the third. How many of you are excited for baseball season? Give me a thumbs up down below if you're excited for baseball season like me. I'm pretty excited. This is season 3 for us. This is our 3rd season, man. Can you believe it? JJ, what's up, Frankie? How are you? You can come onto the vertical. You can come onto the horizontal, whatever one you want. I like the vertical because I can cut shorts that way, and it's a lot easier to do that. Buddy Kennedy up to bat, 8, 9, and 1, due up in the order. And there's a 4-seam fastball at 97 from Martinez, who is on to relieve Povich. The 1-0 on the way is inside for ball 2. That's Rodolfo Martinez, who's pitched in 206 minor league games. He's 30 years old, from the Dominican Republic. 1-1, and there's a strike called right at the kneecaps. Orioles in their orange and black uniforms. 1-2 delivery. It's in the air, hit out over towards left field. It's going over towards the track, but it's just warning track power for Buddy Kennedy, and the out is recorded by Colton Cowser as he'll make the catch. Again, if you guys are just tuning in for the first time, my name is Jason Joseph. I cover the Sixers, the Eagles, and the Phillies. There's an eagle out in the sky, out in the outfield. That's maybe a sign of good things to come this year. That is a perfect picture and a perfect video of the eagle. First pitch, and it's down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Martinez winds up and throws it inside for ball 2. Christian Arroyo is the guy up to bat. Spent some time with the Boston Red Sox, and the 2-0 is lifted out to deep left field. That's going back towards the track, and that one is long gone. And Christian Arroyo, another day where he's able to knock one out of the park, and he gets the Phillies on the board. It's 3-1. He did not miss a beat on that pitch. That thing was right down the middle, and Arroyo just punched that thing out to left field. Whew. That went right towards where the trees are. My gosh. Here comes Kyle Schwarber in his second at bat, and the first pitch he takes is low and inside. That went 388 feet. 1 ball, no strikes to Schwarber. The 1-0 is outside for ball 2. It was a sinker at 97 miles per hour. What's up, CeeLo? How are you, my friend? Go subscribe to On The Go with CeeLo, please, and thank you. I would appreciate that. Charge. 2-0 pitch. And that's inside for ball 3. Schwarber grounded out in the first. Had 30 at homers and 104 RBI last year. 3-0 pitch, and there's a strike called at 97. I'm ready for the season, says Apple Attack. I'm ready too, man. I'm so ready. The 3-1 pitch to Schwarber, low for ball 4. And the tying run is coming up to the plate as Castellanos will step in to the batter's box. There's the Philly fanatic getting all warmed up on top of the third base dugout. Let's go. So who's on the mound? Who's on the mound for Baltimore again? Rodrigo Martinez. Rodolfo Martinez. Here comes Nick Castellanos. The pitch. A slider that's in the dirt, and he holds his horses. Struck out in the first, did not have a good at-bat. One-0 pitch. Just inside for ball two. He has an 8-24 record throughout his minor league career. As we mentioned, he's gone 252 and 2/3 of an inning. And 248 strikeouts as well. 2-0 pitch, and that misses inside for ball three. This guy has a nice fastball, but his other pitches just doesn't really have an out pitch. Three balls, no strikes to Nick Castellanos. The 3-0 delivery, swing and a miss. He got the green light and decided to offer at it. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icons, folks. It's 3-1. Phillies down by 2. Schwarber is over at first base. Castellanos the tying run. 3-1 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards deep right center field, and that's going to be going back over towards the warning track, and it's caught right on the track by the center fielder, Nick Gordon, and Castellanos just missed it. All rise and all sit down. It's just a little bit out in front of it. How many RBI do I think Kyle Schwarber's going to have? I'm going to say that he gets 110. I think that him and Harper this year get over 100. Is that a reach? 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Marsh up to bat. Takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Oh, one pitch to Marsh, swing and a miss. Got a cutter that ended up disappearing out of the zone. Almost a home run. I'd like to take more notes. 0-2. There's a fastball that's punched foul towards the left field side, and now to play it goes. Nationals have a 6-0 lead against the New York Mets. They're in the top of the third of that game. Here's Rob Thompson in his 4th season as the Phillies manager. His 250 wins and 185 losses. 0-2, it's in the dirt for a ball. Marsh in his first at-bat grounded out to second. Phillies in their regular pinstripes. Tops and bottoms. Martinez with the 22nd pitch of the inning, and it's fouled off the foot of Brandon Marsh. Just got a piece of it. So on the Phillies injury report, Jordan Romano is out for them. So is Jordan Luplow. He's day-to-day. Tossed back over to first, not in time. Romano's injury is dealing with an elbow problem. Wes Wilson was diagnosed on February 22nd with a moderate oblique strain, according to Mac Elb. And Nick Snyder is listed as day-to-day, too. 1-2. That's outside for ball 2. Look at the Mets and all the injuries that they have. Wow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch. There's a ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Going to be a tough play for Rivera, but he scoops it up and will win the race to the bag to get Marsh out, and the inning is over. So 1 run on a solo homer by Christian Arroyo. That puts the Phillies on the board. They're down 3-1 at the Baker Ballpark. Okay. Yeah, the Mets have how many guys hurt? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 13 guys that are, 11 of them are officially out, and 2 of them are day-to-day. Wow. It's wild. We got 37 people on here. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel as well. We go live for every single Phillies game. This is our first time doing spring training, though. This is our 3rd season doing the Phillies, man. And it's going to be a long season, but it'll be fun. And then we also do Sixers basketball, and we do Eagles football. Different calls, man. Like, I have so much fun on the basketball calls. Neil, tell them how much fun we had last night, even though that they lost. Like, how fun is it just being in the streams, listening to basketball? It's a good time. Neil was one of my biggest supporters on here. He listens to pretty much anything I do, which is really nice. It's really, really cool. Got 40 people tuning in. Kenny's here. What's going on? He says, let's go O's. What's up, man? Yeah. I think that this year, Rob Thompson, man, needs to really get his act together. No more babying some of these players. And I don't know. I want the Phillies to be less analytical and more logical. First pitch, and it's popped up right behind home plate. Stubbs has enough room. He doesn't take the mask off, and he'll make the catch as Kobe Mayo on 1 pitch fouls out. Your first season, they went all the way to the World Series. No, I didn't do it then. My first season was when they lost in the NLCS. Everybody forgets that. I was not here when they made it to the World Series. I started in 2022, but it was in December. So I missed that whole World Series run. 1 ball, 1 strike to Samuel Basallo. Tyler's still pitching. That's Kyle Tyler. And the 1-1, and that's in there for a strike. JJ's a good play-by-play, 100%, says Neil. Thanks, man. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And there's 2 gone in the top of the 4th. Kyle Tyler able to punch out Sam Basallo. Okay. So, in case you are wondering, this is how the ABS challenge rule system works for this year. For spring training, you get 2 challenges per team. Okay? Successful challenges are retained by the team. So if you win a challenge, you retain it. First pitch to Nick Gordon, that's low and inside for a ball. Pitch number 2 on the way, swing and a miss. Only the batter, the pitcher, or the catcher can challenge. Assistance from the dugout or elsewhere is not permitted. and will result in an umpire denying the challenge. 1-1. And there's a pitch that's outside for ball 2. Make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Challenges must be made immediately after the call. So that means that the broadcast and scoreboard will communicate the results. I don't know specifically how much time they get, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. So that's how the challenge rules work. 2 challenges per team. Only the batter, the pitcher, or the catcher can challenge, and challenges must be made immediately after the call. And the pitch. And now it's a 2-2 count. 40 people on here. 2-2. That's low and inside for ball 3. That's for spring training. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th, 3-1 Baltimore. And the 3-2 pitch, and there's another foul ball from Nick Gordon. We will be covering the Tokyo series. That'll be on March 18th and March 19th. The Dodgers and the Cubs will be playing each other in Tokyo. And the 3-2 pitch, and that's down low for ball 4 to Nick Gordon. So that's his first walk today. So the Cubs will be playing the Dodgers. The games are really supposed to be at 7 o'clock at night, Japan time. But they will be aired at 9 a.m. in the morning on March 27th, on March 18th and March 19th. First pitch to Machin, and there's a strike called on the outside edge. What's up, Lifelong? How are you, my friend? The All-Star game this year is going to be at Truist Park. It's the 95th All-Star game. 0-1, and there's a swing and a miss. This is also the 150th season for the National League and the 125th for the American League. That's hard to believe. Throw back over to first, and it gets away from Cody Clemens, goes out to right field. The runner will advance over to second base, now going over to third, and the throw is not in time from Castellanos. So Tyler threw it over to first base. It was absolutely wide, past Cody Clemens. That's going to probably go down, I assume, as an E1. The throw was actually made by the second baseman. Honestly, it wasn't really even a bad throw. Clemens just did not get a glove down on it. 0-2 pitch with the runner at third. Line drive, and that's over the head of the shortstop Sosa into center field, and a run's going to score, and that makes it 4-1 Baltimore. RBI single by Vimael Machin. So he had a home run in the second, and he gets an RBI single to drive in his second run today. So Hardcore says here, about the challenges. Here's my point. If you can get the pitch right, quote unquote, on demand, then just use it all the time. Stop with the extra delays. All right, the next pitch. Popped up, hit out over towards shortstop. Sosa battles with the sun, and he can't make the catch, and Soto is aboard over at first base. Sosa had the sunglasses and everything, and the glare just caught up to him. He tried to shield it with his glove, and then he could not catch it as the ball just popped out of the front part of it. And that'll put runners over at first and second. So, bad defense for the Phillies. And the Orioles trying to take advantage. Vavra up to bat again for the third time today. And the first pitch he sees is a strike. It's on the upper third of the zone. His defense has had some issues. Again, I know it's spring training, but this has been a problem for the last couple of years. Next pitch, and it's a 1-1 count. Tyler with 19 total pitches in this inning, 13 strikes and 6 balls. 1-1. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Almost got away from Garrett Stubbs, but he kept it out in front of him as it bounced off of his chest pad. Don't forget to like and subscribe, folks. We got 33 likes, 39 concurrent viewers. Let's get to 50. Let's get to 50 likes, man. Don't forget you're more than welcome to donate to the channel as well. The 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's inside for ball 3, and the count is now 3-1. Time do we start? 12:45 is when the stream started, right? It's been about an hour and a half. Okay. 3-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Scooped up by Cody Clemens in the throw over to first. It was dug out by Tyler. He just got there, though, in the nick of time, and the inning finally comes to an end. The Orioles get a run back, though, and an RBI single by Vimayo Machin. That's his second run that he's driven in today. And the Phillies will head to the bottom of the fourth. They're down 4-1 against the Baltimore Orioles. Okay. All right, so as we go to the bottom of the fourth, I wanted to talk to you guys for just a few moments. All right, so I have some really cool things that are coming up this year, and I wanted to talk to you all about it. So I'm really like this year, we're gonna be taking off with baseball. Okay. Here's what we have planned so far. So we're doing the Tokyo opener. Right, we're doing the Tokyo series. That's on March 17th and March 18th. That's the Dodgers versus the Cubs. It's at 9 a.m. Okay, we're covering that. We're also going to be we're going to be doing more collabs with people, with other baseball content creators for the MLB draft. And we're also going to be doing it for the, not for the All-Star game, for the draft and for the trade deadline. I'm also doing Sunday Night Baseball this year. I'm going to try to do as many Sunday Night Baseball games as I can. Obviously, we won't be able to do every single one of them, but I really want to try to get more baseball fans onto this channel, and I want to continue the push. Okay? So I am going to be doing Sunday Night Baseball for the most part, and try to do it every single week. And then for almost every single Phillies game, we're having a pregame show. We'll be on like 25 minutes before first pitch, and we'll be doing a little pregame show. And then after every game, we're doing a postgame show, and we're getting callers. Okay? We'll be doing a postgame show, and we'll be getting people to call on in to Discord. I'm also trying to get a phone set up through Google, the Google App Store, and I'm in the works of doing that. So there's a lot of cool things coming up this year, and I want you all to really be a part of this. Now, obviously, some days we're not going to be able to do a post-game show because of Sixers, because of Eagles, and whatnot, and I will give you all a heads up on that. But really awesome things coming up this year, and I again, like year 3 of doing this, want this thing to explode. So, no balls, 1 strike. There's a pitch on the way, and that is swung on and missed. So I am doing Sunday Night Baseball. I am doing pregame and postgame shows, and we'll be taking Discord calls and phone calls as well during the postgame shows, which will be really cool. You guys can come on and give me your thoughts about the Phillies. 0-2 pitch. And that's on the outside edge for strike 3. So Young, who just comes on in to pitch for Baltimore, strikes out the first batter that he sees. There's Brandon Young. Now Cody Clemens will step into the box, and the pitch that he sees is swung on and missed. So I'm expecting to do like 3.5, 4 hour streams almost every single day. 0-1 to Clemens. Fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that's on the drop in for a base hit. So there's the first hit besides a home run today for the Phillies. Cody Clemens is the third base runner who gets aboard for Philadelphia, and he gets on with a 1-out single. What am I going to wear if the Phillies aren't playing on Sunday Night Baseball? I won't tell you. I got to come on. Got to come on. Oh, no one told me this, but I'm covering the outs and the pitch count on the vertical. Well, I wish y'all would have. For those of you that are on there, I wish I would have known. Whoops. There we go. That's better. 1 ball, 1 strike to Garrett Stubbs. With 1 out in the bottom of the 4th and a runner on over at first. Young gets set and delivers, and there's a ground ball into the hole to right field for a base hit. And going over to third base is Cody Clemens. He slides. There's no throw over to third. And now there's runners at the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the tying run is coming up to bat. Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go. Oh, let's go. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Here's Cal Stevenson, the tying runner, and the first pitch. Swing and a miss on a cutter that was high. Cal popped out in the 2nd. Clemens at 3rd. At first base, it's Stubbs. 0-1 pitch to Cal. Swing and a miss again. I'm looking at Cal, man, and I'm trying to figure out what can he do and if he's even going to make it on the depth chart on the opening day roster. The ball is 2 strikes to Stevenson, and the 0-2 pitch. Oh, that was close, but it's called a ball. Stevenson hitting on the left side. Brandon Young gets set at the belt. Throws back over to first. Not in time. Athletics also moved from Oakland to West Sacramento, California. For at least 3 seasons before their planned relocation to Las Vegas, the team will be branded as the Athletics with no city name attached. Next pitch, and that's taken for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stubbs at first, Clemens at 3rd, 1 out, bottom of the 4th. 1-2 pitch. And there's a ground ball hit over towards shortstop. The tag over to 2nd, there's 1, and the throw over to 1st in time for a 6-3 double play. And the rally is over. So the Phillies leave 2 men on base. And we end the 4th and go to the top of the 5th. Too bad. Write that down as a note. 6-3 double play by Cal. I don't know why. he got on top of that, but he did. He did. Stephen Vogel's dream finally came true, says Baseball History Nut. His kids announced him on the PA system before an at-bat. And he homers in his final at-bat. It's pretty cool. Our defense needs to get better, man. Our defense really has to get better. I know it's spring training, but this has been a problem for years. Edmundo Sosa's made a lot of mistakes defensively over at shortstop, and he's a nice utility player. But yeah. All right, well, Nick Vespi is going to be pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies now. Spent the 2024 season with the Orioles. Was a part of the Soto trade. Played in 11 games at a 2.92 ERA. Went 12 and a third of an inning, had 9 strikeouts, 3 walks allowed, and just 1 homer. First pitch, it's a changeup, and it hits the batter. It's Colton Cowser. I gotta change my ear pads. Tom Grassi hit a million. Yeah, I knew he was gonna hit it. I knew he was gonna hit it. Doesn't surprise me. I figured it was going to be today. Rivera, first pitch that he sees is a slider that is low. Top of the 5th. 1 man on, nobody out. 1-0 pitch. Slider that hits the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. We have a pinch runner for Colton Cowser. And that is Franklin Barreto. Played for the Angels last year. And Stubbs wants to go out and talk things over with Vespi. And these scorecards get pretty messy during spring training. Tigers lead 3-0 against the Yankees in the top of the 5th with 2 runners in scoring position. You got the Astros taking on the Cardinals. It's 2-2 in the top of the 5th with 2 outs and 2 runners on. The 1-1 pitch here, and it's swung on and missed, but a wild pitch as they'll put the runner over at second base. That's Barreto. He'll move from first to second. Just got underneath the glove of Garrett Stubbs. Barreto from Caracas, Venezuela. 5 feet 8 inches tall, 208 pounds. He'll be 29 in 4 days. 1-2. There's a chopper that's fouled towards the third base side. Rivera in the box has struck out, and he is lined out as well. Lined out to center field. What's up, Snow? How are you, my friend? 1-2 delivery. There's a fly ball hit out over towards the left center field gap, and that's going to bloop in there for a base hit. And so Barreto's going to round third, and he'll come on in to score, and it's an RBI bloop single by Emmanuel Rivera, who has been a Phillies destroyer ever since he was on the Arizona Diamondbacks back in 2023, and he does it once again. And the ball game, it's now 5-1 Baltimore. Vespi. Not a good start for him. 5-1, top of the fifth with a runner on over at first. I think we have another pinch runner on in there for the Orioles. For Emmanuel Rivera. 0-1, and it's chopped foul. Heston Kierstad is up to bat, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Heston struck out and grounded out. We got 37 people watching. If you guys enjoyed this, I encourage you all to check out my Sixers content and the Eagles content that we do as well. 0-2, swing and a miss. So Kierstad strikes out for the second time today. Struck out in the first and is struck out in the fifth. We'll do another spring training game tomorrow. I already called it. I miss baseball. Kobe Mayo batting on the right side is up to bat. Very good power hitter for them. Had a 2-run single to put the Orioles on the board. No balls, 1 strike. Didn't have a lot of success last year when he was called up to the big leagues, but there's a lot of potential. 0-1. That's high and inside for a ball. So while we're at it, let's take a look at our schedule for this week. So tomorrow we got Phillies and Pirates at 1:05. Then we got Sixers against the Bulls at 7 o'clock. Tuesday we got the Phillies. Wednesday we got the Phillies against the Blue Jays. And then we got the Sixers against the Knicks at 7 o'clock. And Thursday, we have the day off. 2-1 pitch. Popped up, hit over towards the first base side. And Cody Clemens will get under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Friday, I'm off too. Thursday. Thursday, I'll be on for the Phillies game. Friday, I'm off. Saturday afternoon, I'm off. And I'll be back Saturday night for the Golden State Warriors Sixers game at 8:30. And then Sunday, we got another Phillies game. The pitch. Line drive, base hit into right field for Sam Basallo. And that'll put runners at first and second base. There's still 2 outs. Vespi with 14 pitches in just this inning. First pitch to Gordon, and that's inside for a ball. What's your record that you think that the Phillies will finish at this year? On a pitch, ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Clemens, did he tag the runner? He did. He tagged Gordon. The ball was fair, and Gordon is out, and there's out number 3. Another run on an RBI single by Emmanuel Rivera, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. 5-1 Baltimore. What's your record? Where do you think the Phillies will end up this year? My record for them is 92 and 70. 92 and 70 is what I'm going to go with. What's your record? Where do you think the Phillies realistically will end up finishing? I'm going to say 92 wins. 92 and 70. That might be pretty low. What's your record? David says 90 and 72. Their record last year, if it helps, let's look at their standings from last year. So last year, they were 95 and 67. They should have gotten over 100. In 2023, they were 90 and 72. And in 2022, they were 87 and 75. So 92 and 70 is what I'm going to go with for this year as what their record is going to be. Jason, what's going on, man? He says either around 500 or 90 and 72. Neil says 101 wins. So he thinks that they're going to go 101 and 61. Interesting. Max, what's up, Max? What is up, Max? How are you, my friend? What is good? Guys, go subscribe to Max Coverage TV for all Yankees. That's what he does. Buddy Kennedy up to bat. First pitch he sees is in there for strike one. It's on the upper third of the zone. My guy, dude, what's going on, bro? Oh, so happy to see you. Every time he comes on, it puts a big smile on my face, man. 0-2 pitch to Buddy Kennedy. Takes a little whack at it, but he pops it up over towards the first base side, and the catch is made in foul ground by the first baseman for Baltimore. We have some new substitutions. I wanted to make sure that we got that out of the way. Over at first base, they got Creed Willems. Creed Willems. One out. And the pitch. That's low and outside for a ball. Hot corners here. What's up, JJ and chat? We're back, baby. Yes, sir. We're back. We haven't left. I've been covering the Sixers and the Eagles, but the Phillies are back. Yes. Arroyo is up to bat. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch is low for ball 2. Young kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss at 94 miles per hour. We definitely are back. What's your record, man? Where do you think the Phillies will finish this year? I'm going 92 and 70. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. I think that we finish third in the division. Where do you think we finish in the division? I think that we get into the wild card. And I think that we're third in the division this year. 2-2. There's a foul ball. JJ, I have a really funny feeling about this team. I think Topper will announce at some point, either during the season or after the season, that he's retiring. That'd be funny. Not going to lie. 2-2, and that's outside for ball 3. And the count is full. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Phillies trail 5-1 to the Baltimore Orioles at Big Care Ballpark. 3-2 pitch on the inside corner for a called strike 3. And Arroyo goes down looking. He should have swung at that. Absolutely should have swung at that pitch. We have notes at the end of this game, and we'll talk more about it. Kyle Schwarber's up to bat. First pitch he sees is a cutter that's outside, and he's ahead in the count 1-0. David says he thinks that we finished third in the division. I think that the Mets get 97 wins. The Braves will get 100. They'll get 104. Around that ballpark. The Mets get 97. The Braves get 104 if they can stay healthy. I know. I get it. But that's where I stand. 2 balls, no strikes. Young with the 26th pitch of the at-bat. There's a ground ball punched over towards first base, and the flip over towards the pitcher to cover the bag is in time, and the inning is over. So the Phillies go down in order 1, 2, 3, and 5 innings complete. We head to the 6th frame, 5-1 Baltimore. I will fix this headset problem. They did challenge, I forgot to mention this, that they did challenge the automated strike system, and it was overturned as a strike. I always forget that that's like a new thing now. Got to pay attention to that. That's why we need spring training for us too. Good call, Jason. Literally, you were thinking the same thing that I was. I was like, well, probably should have said something there. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons. We got 40 people tuning on in. I am excited for opening day, folks. Is Trey Turner overrated? Is Trey Turner overrated? Yes or no? Trey is overrated for fielding. Yeah. So just to explain again, the ABS challenge rules, this is what happens. So you get 2 challenges per team. Successful challenges are retained by the team, of course. So if you challenge that it's a ball and it was called a strike, you retain your challenges, right? But you get 2. Only the batter, the pitcher, or the catcher can challenge. You cannot get any assistance from the dugout or phone a friend. You can't do that. And the challenges have to be made immediately after the call. Pitch on the way, line drive, hit out towards the right center field gap, and it's going to go all the way over towards the wall. And McMillan, who comes on in to pitch for the Phillies, allows on the very first pitch, it's a double. Now towards right center field. What's up, Corey? How are you? Another great year of baseball. Yes, sir. What's up, man? So that double was by Vamail Machin again. He's 3 for 3 today and is just destroyed. Phillies pitching. He is hot. Now bring up Levan Soto. Takes the first pitch way up high for ball 1 at 99 miles per hour. Mets have bases loaded with nobody out in the top of the 5th, and they're down 7-2 to the Nationals. The 1-0. It's inside and low for ball 2. We're doing a lot of stuff this year, folks. We're still doing the Sixers. We obviously did the Eagles. We're going to be doing some spring training games for the first time this year. As we mentioned before, as the 2-0 pitch is just a little bit low for ball 3. After every game, we're opening up the phones. We're doing a postgame show. You guys can voice whatever it is that's on your mind about this baseball team. And we're doing pregame shows. So I expect that we're going to be doing like 3.5 to 4 hour streams almost every single day. Now, when the Sixers play, if the Phillies play at 4 o'clock and then the Sixers are on at 7, we will not do a postgame show that day. And we'll just dive right into the Sixers. That's how it'll work. We're also doing Sunday night baseball. We're going to try to do as many as we can this year. I want us to become more of a baseball channel. Phillies first, right? Phillies first for baseball. But I want us to get more and more sports fans on here. So there's a walk allowed to Livan Soto. That puts runners at first and second base. Vavra is up to bat again for the 4th time today. Actually, Vasquez is going to be pinch hitting for him, so Vavra's day is done. Now it's Luis Vasquez, the 25-year-old who's 6 feet tall, 165 pounds, playing over at shortstop. And the 1-0 pitch on the way, and there's a line drive hit over towards right field. It's going to be caught, though, by the right fielder, Castellanos, and there's out number 1. Luis Vasquez. I'm ready for this thing to get messy. Phillies, by the way, they've made some changes, too, to their lineup. So Justin Crawford is out in right field, excuse me. You got Mercado out in center. Oscar Mercado, that is. And Aiden Miller is... Wait, hold up. Yeah, Aiden Miller is over at shortstop. The ball is 1 strike. I have to go to the race. Oh, boy. Have fun, man. Tell CeeLo I said hi. Thank you so much for stopping by, John. I appreciate you, man. No balls. 1 strike. 1 out. Top of the 6th. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. And that'll make the count now 0-2. At first base now for the Phillies is Carson Taylor. Played for the Dodgers. That'll make the count now 1-2 as the next pitch is fouled away. The guy catching behind the plate is Peyton Henry. Comes in for Garrett Stubbs. 1-2, and there's a foul ball. They made changes to everybody except for Kyle Schwarber. Gabriel Rincones is out in left field. One ball, 2 strikes. McMillan kicks and delivers, and the pitch is fouled away. In case you're wondering about McMillan, that's John McMillan. He is a lefty. He actually hits lefty, he throws righty. So he's a right-handed pitcher from Lufkin, Texas. 27 years old. Played for the Royals and for the Marlins. And he throws a cutter that's in the dirt, but swung on and missed for out number 2. Yes. With Sunday Night Baseball leaving ESPN, does Joe Buck call all the games on Sunday night? Just for the first Sunday night game. It's been Carl Ravitch, who's been calling the games. I don't know how that's working. 2 outs, 2 runners on in the top of the 6th. And the pitch on the way is in there. It's actually just a little bit inside, excuse me, for a ball. So Barreto is the one who struck out swinging. Creed Williams is up to bat. And the 1-0 is at 99 for a strike. One pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Hmm. 1-2 pitch. Popped up over towards the middle infield. And the second baseman, Kemp, gets under it. And the inning is over. And the Phillies will go to the bottom of the 6th. They trail 5-1. Okay. So let's get all these changes correct. We have a new pitcher coming in for Baltimore on top of that, too. All right, so this is Judd Fabian, who's playing out in center field. Right? Fabian is out in center field. Or sorry, he's out in right field, that is. Why is this not coming up? Judd Fabian is out in right field. Yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit the bell icons as well. And that way you'll know when we go live. Is that Otto Kemp who's at second base? Yeah. Why do I remember the name Otto Kemp? Probably because he was on the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. He's playing for Buddy Kennedy. And who's over at third base for us now? Who's over at third? Lantigua. Who's Rafael Lantigua. Okay. And then for Baltimore, we said Barreto. Adams. Who's Adams? That's Jordan Adams. Playing out in right field for Kjerstad, right? Oh, no, he's out in center field. Jordan Adams. All right. So here we go to the bottom of the 6th. And Crawford is up to bat. Contreras is on the mound. This is Roansy Contreras. Played in 49 games in AAA last year as the next pitch is taken for a strike. Roansy Contreras played in 2024 with Pittsburgh and with the LA Angels. 1-1, and that's a foul ball. Crawford again up to bat has a similar stance to Rojas, it looks like. One ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 1-2 pitch to Crawford. Ground ball chopped over towards third base, and the throw across the diamond is in time by Jackson, who subs on end for Machin. And there's one away. It's Jeremiah Jackson. And here is Mercado, who will step into the box. Takes the first pitch for a ball. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch, there's a strike called. Alex Bregman today is 3 for 3. On one pitch on the way. Line drive it out over towards right field, but it'll be caught by the right fielder for out number 2. That's Fabian, who's there at the right time to make the catch. And now Aiden Miller's coming up. This is the guy I'm keeping my eye on. Aiden Miller is up to bat, folks. First pitch that he sees is in there for a strike on the outside corner. This pitcher's good. This pitcher's really, really good. Next pitch. There's strike 2. Contreras on the mound. Guy not wasting any time. 0-2 pitch. Another fastball at 97, and it's chopped foul. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th. Nobody on. Who do you guys want to sign an extension between JT Realmuto, Kyle Schwarber, or Ranger Suarez? 0-2, check swing, did he go? And they say no over at first base. Between the 3 of those guys, I take Ranger. Ranger's that Swiss Army knife that you need. 1-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow left center field. Who's going to get it? The left fielder does, and the inning is over. And that's Barreto who makes the catch. So Miller flies out. And that'll do it in the 6th. Then we go to the top of the 7th. 5-1, Baltimore. Okay. Over at shortstop, we got Anthony Servideo. Anthony Servideo. Like, subscribe, and turn on those bell icons as well. Got 580 views. That's beautiful. Let's get to 50 likes. Come on, folks. Today we're just chilling. We're just chilling today. The Yankees yesterday, during the second game of their grapefruit schedule, they were actually, it was funny because they used the ABS system and they turned a strikeout into a walk and then went on to score 3 runs in the 6th against Toronto. We're going to see more of those types of things, it looks like. But I just think that that's kind of funny. Is Alec Bohm going to be on the Philadelphia Phillies by the trade deadline? Will Alec Bohm still be a Philly by the trade deadline? Is the question that I have for you guys. I'm going to say yes. I think he stays. Do I want him to stay? That's another question. But I think he'll stay. I do. This is a big year for Bohm. Like, no excuses. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch, and that's taken for ball 2. No more mental mistakes, man. He doesn't have I mean, none of that extra stuff. I don't want any of that. 2-0 pitch. And that's low and outside for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes, and the next pitch. And there's a strike caught at the knees. Produced a lot of runs last year, but the attitude is what I can't stand. That's what you got to look out for. 3-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Fabian up to bat. Garnett is on the mound for the Phillies. We'll get you his stats in just a little bit. 10-year-old stuff, says Tom. Yeah. I can't have that on my team this year. Short leash for my guy. 3-2. There's a breaking ball that's in the dirt for ball 4. I mean, my guy benches you, and yet you have the audacity to swing at the first pitch in the playoffs, and then you make a mental mistake over at third base with the bases loaded, and you give up on the play. You're treating Bohm like Philly treated Carson Wentz. Hey, man. My man gave up during... My man, like, the manager benches you because you're in such a bad slump, and you have the balls to swing at the first pitch and pop out. Like, he did that 3 times. He just kept chasing after pitches, and yet you would think that that would set a tone. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch to Beavers is in there for a strike. That's Dylan Beavers, the 23-year-old. The ball is 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, and that's low for a ball. I agree with you on the manager. I agree with you about Rob Thompson. But was it Rob Thompson's fault that Alec Bohm bobbled the ball over at third base with the bases loaded against the Mets in game 4? That's not Rob Thompson's fault. That's on Bohm. Was it Rob's fault that Bohm went 0 for 30? What was it, 0 for 32 during that final stretch? That's on Bohm. 1-2 pitch. And there's a foul ball hit over towards the left field side and out of play. I'm with you, though, that Rob had a lot of mistakes. I still can't understand why they put Jeff Hoffman in that situation with bases loaded. I mean, that was ridiculous. And he gives up the grand slam to Lindor. One, 2. And there's a breaking ball that's in the dirt for ball 2. And the count is now 2-2. Dylan Beavers, 23 years old, from San Luis Obispo, California. There's Rob on the broadcast. I probably should record this, man. 2-2 pitch. And that's low for a ball. The count is now 3-2. The Mets make it worse. Oh, absolutely. 3-2 pitch. And that's outside for ball 4. I don't forget how bad Rob was as a leader last year. Rob didn't make any changes to the lineup. But when he finally had the audacity to bench Bohm, you would think that as a player that would send a message. You would think that would send a message. And he pops out on the first pitch. He swings at the pitch. It's not even down the middle. And he just jogs back over to the dugout like it's nothing. As a player, that's on you. You got to be held accountable for that, man. But Rob, with the way that he managed the bullpen and with not preaching small ball, that's on Rob. That's on Rob, too. Absolutely. There's a wild pitch. And that'll put runners over at second and third with nobody out. 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. We're in the top of the seventh. It's 5-1 Baltimore. Phillies playing at Baycare Ballpark. They'll wind up in the next pitch, swing and a miss. Buenuelos strikes out on 3 pitches. And there is an out. Buenuelos is in there for what? Basallo? Buenuelos. 1 out, top of the 7th. And now it's Adams who's up to bat. It's John Adams. Or Jordan Adams. Two balls, no strikes. And the next pitch. And that is down low for ball 3. The 3-0 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards second base. And the throw over to first is in time. It'll get a run home, though. And that'll put another runner over at third with 2 outs. So Jordan Adams gets an RBI ground out. And Jeremiah Jackson is due up next. Time is at 2:58 p.m. Eastern Time. Rob is definitely, though, on my hot seat this year. 1-0 pitch. And that pitch is in there for, actually inside for a ball. Servideo is in the box, hitting over on the left side. It's 3 o'clock. How long has this stream been? 2 hours, 27 minutes. All right. 2-0, and there's a ground ball that's fouled. There's definitely some things that I'm noting in this game so far from some of these players that I would like to talk about. 2-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Nationals have put up 9 runs. The Astros have put up 9 runs. Holy moly. 2-2 pitch. Outside and high for ball 3. And the count is now full. The next pitch. Fouled back over towards the screen. If a team violates the previously instituted ban of the infield shift, this is according to these new rules, which requires a minimum of 2 infielders on either side of second base, the batter will be given first base, and the runners will be able to advance 1 base. That's wild. Next pitch on the way, and that's taken down low for a ball. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs. So Servideo walks, and we go back to the top of the order. But we have a pitch and change first, as Cotham is going to go out there, and we're going to have a pitch and change. So if a team violates the previously instituted ban of the infield shift, The batter will be given first base, and the runners will be able to advance one base. What happened before was the penalty for violating the ban was an automatic ball. Teams will continue to have the ability to decline the penalty and accept the results of the play. So that's one rule change. The other one is that replay review will now be able to check whether or not a player overruns second or third and call them out for abandonment, even if that was not the subject of the original review. Oh, hardcore. I said that I blamed Rob too. Don't put words in my mouth. I literally said Rob deserves all the blame for putting in Jeff Hoffman with the bases loaded. He deserves a lot of the blame when it comes to not playing small ball. I'm saying when it comes to Alec Bohm specifically, you're a player. You're 0 for 31, okay? The manager finally benches you, and you have the audacity to swing at the first pitch. At the first pitch. The pitch is not even a strike, and you pop out to third base, and you just jog back to the dugout like nothing happens. That's on the player. That's on the player. He has to be better. And he makes a mental mistake over at third base and just acts like nothing happened. With the bases loaded, that's on Bohm. That doesn't give Rob Thompson an excuse. I'm just saying that as a player, you got to be better. Two things could be true. You know? I put Rob Thompson on my hot seat. Still is on my hot seat. But that's where I am. The pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over towards shortstop, and there's the tag over at second base, and one pitch, and that's it. So Jackson grounds out into a fielder's choice, and we go to the bottom of the seventh. He was to blame since June, and Dombrowski needs to go, and this team hasn't done anything to improve this team this year. Agreed. And this is why I think we are third in the division this season. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. There's no disagreement there. Where we disagree on, though, is Alec Bohm. That's where we disagree on. I've gone back and I've watched those games. Ugh. Put myself through it. At least the Eagles won us a Super Bowl. Got 33 concurrent viewers on here. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. Support your boy. Don't bury him like Wentz. Ugh. Look, man, I'll give it till trade deadline. I'll give it till trade deadline, man. Buster Posey is now the new president of... Oh, yeah, I forgot my dad told me that. He is. He's now the new president of baseball ops for the San Francisco Giants. Holy moly. Grady Sizemore is an interim manager for the Chicago White Sox. Guys, remember Grady Sizemore? And they got Will Venable as the new manager for the White Sox. Dylan Coleman is going to be pitching for the Baltimore Orioles. I remember when Grady Sizemore was in the league, he had so much power. He just always got hurt, man. Bottom of the seventh. Nobody on. And Crawford is up and takes the first pitch down low. On the Paul Owens Award back in 2024, 1-0 pitch to Crawford. Line drive, base hit into left field. And he's thinking about going to second, but he'll just stay put over at first as he pumps the brakes. Paul Owens Award. It was instituted back in 1986. Owens actually spent 48 years in the Phillies organization as a scout and a farm director, a general manager, and a senior advisor. All right, Rincones Jr. up to bat. The first pitch swung on, smoked, deep right field. Forget about it, it's gone. And that is how the Phillies get their next 2 runs. What a shot by Gabriel Rincones Jr., the 23-year-old from Bonington Beach, Florida, able to cut the deficit in half. He crushed that thing. Holy cow. Oof. He'll be 24 on March 4th. Next pitch, it's to Otto Kemp, and it's swung on and missed. He did not miss a beat on that. Rincones Jr., he's ranked the 85th. He's ranked 85th in the Phillies organization. He was a 3rd-round pick and the 93rd overall pick by the Phillies back in 2022. Next pitch to Otto Kemp, swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. Made himself a name in the fall league, that's for sure, Otto Kemp. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And there's one away in the bottom of the 7th. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons. Let's get to 50 likes. We're at 44, folks. Next pitch, swing and a miss. What are we at, the 2.5-hour mark streaming-wise? Okay, not bad. 1 out, bottom of the 7th, nobody on. 0-1 pitch. There's a strike. It's from Lantigua. Throws a cutter at 91 miles per hour. Rafael Lantigua played at Buffalo in AAA last year for Toronto. Hit .265. And the next pitch, and that is low for a ball. He's playing over at third base for Christian Arroyo. 1-2. That's low for ball 2. 26 years old. 5 feet 7 inches tall. He's probably going to play a AAA this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch. Ooh, it was a backdoor curveball, but it just missed. 3-2 is the count. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. And the payoff pitch from Coleman outside for ball 4. And so, the tying run, the potential tying run is on deck. Or sorry, in the hole. No, technically it's on deck now. Hey, D, it's spring training. Why are we losing again? So that'll bring up the top of the order, and the first pitch is low and inside, and it gets away from the catcher, and moving up over to second base is Rafael Antigua. Thank God, Larry. Where's Larry? Larry's not here. Probably meant to say Mike. There's Carson Taylor. 16 homers, 77 RBI. I've made that mistake too. 1-0 pitch. That's inside for ball 2. I think that Rincones Jr. could be a good pro one day. I do. Taylor up to bat, 2 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch he sees is a sinker that's right down the pike for strike 1. Kevin Pillar just went to the Texas Rangers. He put off his retirement and signed a minor league deal with Texas. 2-1. That's low for ball 3. I'm Larry today. Astros are slaughtering the Cardinals 11-5. 3-1 pitch on the way. That misses inside, and the tying run is coming up to bat just like that. Okay. Let's go. Timeouts. All right. Another pitcher warming up in the Baltimore Orioles bullpen. Tying run is up to bat. And it's McIntosh who is up. 1 out. Runners at first and second. First pitch. It's a sinker that swung on and missed. All good, Larry. Paul McIntosh at 246 at Pensacola in Double-A. 0-1, ground ball hit over towards shortstop, the flip over to second. There's one to throw over to first in time for a 6-4-3 double play. And the inning is over. The rally is over, and we go to the top of the 8th. Baltimore leads it 6-3, but Rincones Jr., Gabriel Rincones Jr. cuts the deficit in half and makes it a 6-3 game. Okay. Not a good at-bat there. Got on top of a pitch. So much for the rally. Yeah. It is what it is. If that was Schwarber, he would have probably tied the game. Cut that guy today. Opening day. That's Rob's fault, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Is anyone going down the spring training? That's a very good question. Is anybody going down the spring training? I'm not. I probably should. Next year I will. Next year I think I'll have the funds to do it. We'll get you some content next year for spring training. I blame that Rob on everything. Nah, I'm just messing with you. Go to the top of the 8th. Not Rob's fault, but maybe Kevin Long's. You're going to spring training next year? Kamel says, who do you want leading off? I want Trey Turner leading off. I want Schwarber batting 4th. Carlos Francisco is going to be pitching for the Philadelphia Phillies now. So he is their 7th pitcher that they've used today. And the first pitch is taken for a ball. Francisco, 25. He'll be 26 in July. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch, and that's inside for ball 2. We can blame Larry for that. That's true. That's true, we could. I want to go on over signs. Francisco, born in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. There's a problem with one of the pitch comm devices. Drafted in round number 28. Taken as the 840th overall pick back in 2019. Last year he pitched in 41 games at a 3-4 record and a 5.17 ERA. That was in Double-A. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. We got 32 people tuning on in. You're flipping a quarter. Top of the 8th. Where's Dombrowski on the quarter? 2-0 pitch. There's a foul ball. I'll be at the March 21st, the 23rd, and the 24th games. Ooh. That is so sick. Send us pics. 2-1. And there's a strike. Mets are getting absolutely crushed today in one of their games, 10-3. The 2-2. That's inside and low for ball 3. Francisco kicks and fires and throws the 3-2 high for ball 4. And there's a runner over at first base with nobody out in the top of the 8th. Will do. There's a pitch out, and the throw back over to first is not in time. Carlos went to Hillsborough College in Florida. It's pretty tall, 6 feet 4 inches tall. 1-0 pitch. That's outside. And the count is 2-0. Since the Sixers suck, I'm trying to learn more about baseball. That's one way to do it. Two-0. And there's a foul ball. Do we have 2 of the worst GMs in sports? No. You want to talk about bad GMs? Look at the Washington Wizards GM. Will Dawkins. Two balls, two strikes, and the next pitch, swing and a miss. And the throw over to second base is in time as well. Good pop time by the catcher, Peyton Hero. I think that's how you say his name, and there's 2 outs. Also, Billy Bean is another one. No, it's okay. I know. Guys, we could have Billy Bean as our GM. How great would that be? How great would that be right now? The pitch. That's taken for a strike. I'm talking about now. The ball is 1 strike. 0-1 pitch. And that is chopped foul. It could be worse, man. That's all I'm saying. It could be a lot better, but it could be a lot worse. Oh, 2. That's inside for a ball. Yep. One-two delivery on the way. And there's another foul ball. That one goes out of play. Ugh. 3 more likes till we get to 50, man. Oh, we're so close. Kyle Brinovich is warming up in the Baltimore Orioles bullpen. 1-2 delivery. It's popped up, hit over towards the third base side in foul territory. And the third baseman gets under it and will make the catch. That is Rafael Antigua. And the inning is over. Bottom of the 8th coming on up. Phillies down 6-3 to the O's. MLB just had a top 5 or an all-time Mount Rushmore for the Reds. And I want to know your thoughts about this. They got Pete Rose. They got Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, and Barry Larkin. So, if that's their Mount Rushmore, who's on the Phillies Mount Rushmore? Let me know if you agree with this list. Mike Schmidt, Steve Carlton, is it too premature to put Bryce Harper up there? I think it is. I would say Pete Rose. But who would be the 4th? Who'd be the 4th? Who's on your Phillies Mount Rushmore? Undisputed Mike Schmidt is number 1. Howard over Harper? That's a hot take. Well, because he won a World Series. Okay, I see what you're saying. I don't know if he belongs on the Mount Rushmore, though. Whitey and Dick Allen. Okay. Roy Halladay. I wasn't going to put Roy on my Mount Rushmore because he wasn't here for that long. But that's me. Howard was clutch during those years. He was. You can make an argument. I wouldn't put him on mine. Bobby Abreu, another great player. I wouldn't put him on mine, though, either. But it's a good conversation. Dick Allen. Dick Allen's a good one. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Roy Halladay did throw he threw a no-hitter and a perfect game, yeah. 1-1 pitch to Mercado. Line drive, base hit into center field, and that's going to bounce off the glove of the center fielder. Mercado is going to go on over to second base, and he gets in with a stand-up. Well, they're going to call it a single and probably an E8 as well. And there's a runner in scoring position. All right. I love what you do. I appreciate it, man. Today we're just getting back into the swing of things. You know, we're riding the bike. We're getting back on. There's been hiccups. There's been moments of silence, and I think that that's fine. First pitch to Henry, and that swung on and missed. Also, spring training is a different beast than even just the regular season because you have so many players that are trying to prove themselves. And I keep forgetting you got to, write new players down and say who's up. And Brnovich on the bump, and that's taken outside and high for a ball. We cover the Phillies, we cover the Sixers, and we cover the Eagles on this channel. We try not to miss any of those games. And we have a lot of fun. Well, we do. Schmidt, Howard, Carlton, Rose. That's a good list. It's a good list. I'm glad I'm here, JJ, because I'm lost on these names. It's a lot. It's like a football roster, man. 2 balls, 1 strike to Henry. And the pitch fouled away. Kyle Brnovich, 27 years old, on the mound. Right-handed pitcher from Cincinnati, Ohio. He's been in the minors for a little bit of time. Two-two delivery outside for ball 3. Would you put J.D. Drew on there for all those deep batteries, home runs they threw? They got me there. That was funny. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th. A runner over at second base. Payoff pitch on the way. Outside again for ball 4. And the tying run is coming up. Well, we've had a couple of chances. And now Aiden Miller, I believe, is coming up. So this is a huge at-bat for him. It's a big spot for Aiden Miller. The top prospect, one of the top prospects in the Phillies system. Gio, let me check you out, man. Hold up. I'll subscribe to you. I got you, Gio. I got you, man. First pitch, and it's taken for a ball. 1-0 pitch. That's taken inside for ball 2. And timeout called from the catcher. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with all these names. It is. Aiden Miller, shortstop and third baseman for the Phillies organization. 2 balls, no strikes. Did Alex Ovechkin get another hat trick today? Did he just get another hat trick? He did. 29 goals for Ovi. 2-0 pitch. And that swung on and missed. Holy cow. He's on the Mount Rushmore for NHL all time. He has to be up there. Maybe not on the Mount Rushmore, but he's up there. 2-1. That's up high for ball 3. Crawford waits on deck. Three balls, one strike, and the next pitch popped up. It's a foul ball, and it goes out of play. Come on, Aiden. Just 20 years old. Brnovich gets the signs. The payoff pitch to Miller. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow right field. The second baseman gets under it on the grass and he'll make the catch. And Miller pops out. And there is out number 1. Oh, I wanted Miller to crush that thing. That was like that was a pure moment for him. Now it's Justin Crawford coming up to bat. Rinconis is in the hole. First pitch to Crawford, way outside. It's a changeup at 85. And it misses badly for ball 1. Crawford singled in the 7th and scored a run as well. Brnovich kicks, delivers, swing and a miss. Oof. Charge. 1-1. Foul ball. The Knicks are now 0-7 against top 3 teams in the NBA. They just lost again to the Boston Celtics. Brnovich gets set at the belt, and the 1-2 pitch on the way, on the outside corner for a called strike. 3 was a curveball that just ended at the knees. Ay, ay, ay. Sit down. There's 2 away. Rinconis' home run went 391 feet. And he's up to bat now. Tying run. Still up to bat. First pitch. It's a curveball on the outside corner, and there's strike 1. After this, we'll have a little post-game show. I'll give you my thoughts on certain players and their performances, and we'll talk about that. It's going to be a long season for us, man. A long season. We got a lot of cool things coming up. No balls, 1 strike to Gabriel Rinconis Jr. Brnovich gets set at the belt again. Runners at first and second. 0-1 to Rinconis, and it's high. The 1-1. That's outside, not by much for ball 2. Now, is the ABS system going to be used during the regular season too, or is it just a spring training thing for now? Can somebody confirm that for me? 2-1 pitch. Fly ball hit over towards center field, and it'll be caught for out number 3. Didn't even get to the warning track, but the inning is over. And so the Phillies leave 2 more guys on base, and we go to the top of the 9th. Orioles have a 6-3 lead. It's just spring training. Hold on, says Mike. Okay. What's on the JJ schedule for this week? We got spring training again tomorrow afternoon. And then what we'll do is we got the Sixers tomorrow night. I hope that you guys will join me for Sixers basketball. Even if you're not even if the Sixers suck, I'm telling you, if you support me, I would really appreciate it. Gio's video said I just subbed. Nice, thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude. 2026, nice. Okay, so that's a part of next year's CBA. Shall we take a look at NBA and NHL scores? We'll do that now. Celtics won 118-105. That's the only game that happened today, right now. And the Capitals won 7-3. Then Alex Ovechkin had a hat trick. It's insane. And those are the only scores. Thanks so much for subscribing, man. I appreciate it. All right, so we got just to hold up. Let's double check. So let's go over schedule again. So tomorrow we got the Phillies at 1:05. They play the Pirates. Then the Sixers play at 7 o'clock against the Bulls. That'll be tomorrow night. Tuesday we got Phillies against the Rays. We'll do that spring training game. Wednesday, we got Phillies against Blue Jays at 1:07, and then Sixers at Knicks at 7 o'clock. Do the both of those. And Thursday, I may or may not. I think I will do the spring training game on Thursday. We'll see, though. Then Friday and Saturday afternoon, we're off. Saturday night, Sixers play the Warriors at 8:30. We'll be on for that. And then Sunday afternoon, we actually have two Phillies games, but they're at the same time. We'll have to pick one. Cody Stashak is in there to pitch. 55 games he's pitched. The last MLB game that he played in was on May 21st of 2022. Orioles lead off the ninth with a single. And the pitch to Beavers is in there for a strike. Throw over the second base, and he is out again. My gosh. That's 2 times today that this catcher for the Phillies has gunned out a runner. Wow. I'm telling you, his pop time is really good. Just something to keep your eye on. That's Paul McIntosh. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. One, and that's a little bit high. Paul is just 27 years old. The pitch. And there's a line drive hit out over to right field, and that's going to go all the way over towards the wall. And the runner will stay over at second base. And a 1-out double in the top of the ninth. And it's by Beavers. Now Banuelos is going to step on up. Came on in the pinch hit for Basalo. He is a sniper. He had 246 last year. And had 12 homers and 55 RBI. Played for Double-A. The pitch. And there's a slider that just misses outside for ball 1. David Banuelos Hitting .225 with 2 homers and 11 RBI last year, that is. 1-0, he chops this one over towards third base, and the throw across the diamond will get him out, and there's 2 away. Okay. So, after the game is done, I got notes, and I want to talk about some of these players today. I have thoughts, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say, too. 2 outs in the top of the 9th, and a runner on over at second, and the pitch to Adams is up high. Cody Stashak, 30 years old, is from Summers Point, New Jersey. 1-0 pitch on the way. Line drive. Hit out over towards left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run's going to score, and it's now 7-3 on the RBI single. Allowed by Stashak. That's his 3rd hit that he has surrendered in this inning alone. And that'll make it 7-3. Left one hanging out over the middle of the plate. Thursday's the Combine. I just realized that. Holy moly. Wish that we could cover the Combine. Thursday's when it starts. Day 1 is defensive line and linebacker. That starts at 3 o'clock, and it goes till 9. Servidio's up to bat, and he pops up the 1-0 pitch. And it's out of play. Then on Friday, for the NFL Combine, it's day 2, which is defensive backs and tight ends. And then Saturday, as the 1-1 is hit high and deep out over towards right field, and that is a foul ball to make it a 1-2 count. On Saturday for the NFL Combine, you got quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. And then Sunday, it's offensive linemen. I forgot that it's a 4-day event. Anybody know where the NFL Combine is this year? I could just look it up. Once you pitch, it's popped up. Hit over towards the first base side in foul territory. And it's caught for out number 3. And the Phillies will go to the bottom of the 9th. They're down 7-3. And they'll be back. NFL Combine. Where is it? Where is it? It's at Lucas Oil Stadium. Is that correct? No real talent in the minors to see. There's some. Rinconis is pretty good. I like this Rinconis guy. It's good. Lucas Oil Stadium. That's where it's held every year. Huh. It's in Indianapolis. Wonder why they hold it there. Do it every year. Huh. I wonder who the Eagles are going to be looking for at the Combine. Warriors are signing Australia's Teron Armstrong to a 2-way contract. They just picked him up. According to Shams Charania. Played for the Cairns Taipas. Averaged about 11 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Probably a central location. Yeah, I guess so. And probably weather-wise, but I don't know. Think that they'll target D-line? Why? Because Brandon Graham's retiring? Bottom of the ninth. And the first pitch. And that's inside for a ball. Walter Nolan. That's a guy to watch for, huh? I gotta start looking at these guys, man. 1-0. And there's a called strike. So Otto Kemp is up to bat. It's 7, 8, and 9 due up. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the order. Kemp struck out in the 7th. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers. 1-1. And there's a called strike. Right down the middle. Brnovich is still pitching, by the way. Josh Sweat and Milton Williams are going to get paid. Yep. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, base hit back up the middle. So that's the 4th inning in a row where the leadoff man has gotten aboard for the Phillies. And that's how we start off the bottom of the 9th with a base hit. Just get it right back up the middle. Did a good job staying on top of that pitch. That's the catcher. That's Henry. Peyton Henry. Peyton Henry. That's the guy to watch out for. Bottom of the 9th, and the next pitch is up high for a ball. Brnovich still on the mound. Peyton Henry. That's a name to look out for. 27 years old. 1-1. Popped up. Hit out into foul territory, and it goes out of play. Antigua is up to bat. That's Rafael Antigua. Is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. going to get moved? If so, I'll take him. I would love Vladdy. 1-2 pitch, and that's high and outside, and the throw back over to first, not in time. Is Vladdy on the move, folks? Would you rather have Vladdy or Mike Trout at this stage in his career? 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Lantigua strikes out, and there's one away. Would you rather have Vladdy or Mike Trout? Head back to the top of the order, and Taylor is up to bat. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. I had the pleasure to watch his dad, Vladdy Guerrero Sr., yep, I watched him. Saw him when he was an Angel. Didn't catch the Montreal years, though. The pitch. Now it's a 1-1 count to Carson Taylor. You tape my Trout. 1-1 pitch. And that's a little bit low, but they call it a strike at the knees. They going to challenge it? No. LA Rams just said that they want Zach Bond. We got to sign them ASAP. Oh, we do. 1-2, and that's outside for ball 2. Justin would take Mike Trout. Who would you take? Would you take Mike Trout or Vladdy Guerrero Jr. if you were to choose between the two? Disappointed that Max Kepler didn't get to bat today. The 2-2 pitch, and there's a strike 3. Called as a changeup on the inside corner, and out number 2 is recorded. Stay on for our postgame show. We got a little postgame show coming up after this. Well, Trout's hurt too much, so I'll take Vladdy. Then you're putting Bryce back in the outfield. The pitch, and that's inside for a ball. McIntosh is up to bat. 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. Or are you putting Schwarber in the outfield? I'm not doing that. 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss, and the Phillies are down to their final strike. Said to do that last year. You told me I was nuts. No, I said you were nuts for Jazz Chisholm. That's what I said you were nuts for. That's what I said you were nuts for. 1-2 delivery. Check swing. Did he go? They say no. Said to do that last year, and you told me I was nuts. I wanted the Phillies to trade for Pete Alonso, put Harper back in the outfield, and put Alonso at first, and you told me I was nuts. I don't remember that. I told you that you were nuts for Jazz Chisholm Jr. That's what I remember. 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And that is the ball game. So the Phillies lose by a final score of 7-3 in their second game of spring training. And are now 0-2. There's some things to talk about, and I have stuff that I would like to say. Okay, overall, today, I was not really happy with some of the pitching. Thought that some of the at-bats that we took in the 6th and in the 7th inning when we had runners in scoring position, it looked like we were the same team last year. And again, like, I understand that it's the beginning of spring training and whatnot. We were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Correct. I think that's what you said, Mike. I think that's what you said. But anyhow, so let's talk. So let's go to our post game setup right here. Okay. Where is it? Sorry. Okay. All right, so let's start off here. All right, so Tyler Phillips pitched. This is a problem. I know it's only one game, but I'm watching him pitch today. He left some pitches up in the zone. I thought that he did a nice job. Well, I mean, he allows a walk in the first at-bat, and then he hits Cowser after that. And then he sort of, found a groove, was able to strike out 2 batters in a row, but he left one hanging out over the middle for Kobe Mayo to get a hold of. And then he gives up a home run in the 2nd inning. I don't know how I feel about Tyler Phillips, man. I think that ever since he had the complete game 4-hitter, that something has really changed, and that teams are finding ways to solve what he does. Now, I'm curious as spring training goes on to see how he continues to develop, because this is just one outing, and obviously he deserves another chance. But the pitches that he left up out over the middle of the plate, some of them were sliders, and that's going to have to be something that Caleb has to work on with him as the season continues. So I was not happy. I was not really pleased with how he pitched. Sure, the back-to-back strikeouts that he had were nice, and I think that they were on curveballs, if I was not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Somebody can fact-check me there. But yeah, so Phillips, if I were to give him a grade today, I would say it's a D. I'd give him a D today. Am I being too harsh? Let me know. But that's where I stand with him. Kyle Schwarber today, what did he do? He grounded out in the first. Thought he got on top of a pitch. Walked in his second plate appearance, and then he grounded out again in his third at-bat. The third at-bat, how many pitches was that? The one thing I got to do this year is I want to make sure that I say when I'm keeping score how many pitches these guys see, because that does matter. It does. Christian Arroyo, he's hot. He's hot. He's starting off spring training really well. And for him to get a home run in the bottom of the third, gets a fastball, nails it, and hits it really well. Liked what he did over at third base, and I'm sure that he's going to be one of those guys that might back his way in to this starting roster this year towards the end. He might be battling for a backup infield spot with Edmundo Sosa and some of those other guys. So that's somebody to also keep your eye out on. Buddy Kennedy was not really explosive today. I thought that he got a little bit behind, and the pitch that he hit out over to left field, he got a little bit underneath it. The timing has to be a little bit better. But yeah, that's what I saw from him. I wanted Aiden Miller when he came up in the 8th inning. I thought that was a golden opportunity for Aiden to try and produce and tie the game there. Like, every single at-bat that this guy has now, it's a big at-bat for him. It is, because he's competing over at third base. I don't think that he's going to get the job, obviously, over Alec Bohm. But if he comes up and he puts up good at-bats and he does his thing, I think that he could make some noise. I do. He'll obviously start off in AAA, probably. That's what I assumed this year. But I would have really liked him to produce in that at-bat. I know that he worked up the count 3-2, but for him to not be able to come through there, that was sort of like a missed opportunity, I thought, for him. And again, like, look, it's just one spring training game. Like, we're in game 2 of spring training. So there's things that are going to be messy. There's things that aren't going to be so fluid. But I thought that was a missed opportunity there. The catcher, man, this guy's good. This guy had a really good day today. Henry did really well. He lined out to right. He hit the ball hard in the 6th inning when he was up to bat, and then he walked. Peyton Henry, everybody's talking about Marshawn, and rightfully so. This guy, watch out for him. He's older, he's 27, but he might get an opportunity. He played with the Marlins before and didn't really get a lot of playing time there, but he gunned out 2 runners today. Thought that he did a good job behind the plate. Defensively speaking, was fielding some of those, bad pitches, some of the off-speed pitches, whatever it was, with when pitchers were out there, like Vespi. That's just something to sort of look out for as well. Gabriel Rincones, this guy is power. Unfortunately, in the 4th inning, he came up, and after Clemens got on with a single and Stubbs got on with a single, Rincones grounded into a double play, and that was a rally killer, but he has pop in the bat. He's a very good power hitter. He can put one out of the ballpark. You leave a fastball out over the middle of the plate, and he's going to find a way to tear it up. So, again, probably a guy who starts off in AA or AAA, but somebody that I'm looking forward to watching as spring training continues to go on. The questions, as we go through spring training, I want you guys to just think about this. It's not so much about the wins and the losses. It's about who do you think is going to make noise on the roster. who's going to be able to come off the bench in pinch hit situations or out of the bullpen in like the 6th or the 7th inning. Who are going to be some of those guys? I think that we have an idea that Jose Ruiz, obviously, and Jose Alvarado, like all those guys are going to be available. Tanner Banks, Matt Strom, Jordan Romano, like all those guys are going to get spots. But who else can make noise? Who else can come on in and make an impact? And Orion Kirkring, I forgot about Orion too. So we talked a little bit about Arroyo. We talked a little bit about Buddy Kennedy. Not a good day for Edmundo Sosa. His defense needs to get better. The whole entire defense, it's been going on for years. Yes, it's spring training again. I understand. But the defensive problems just are not so good for this team. And Edmundo Sosa, when he makes flashy plays, he makes flashy plays and does nice. But he had a pop-up today that was in the infield where he was battling with the sun, and he had his sunglasses on, and he couldn't make the catch there. It's been a problem for years, man. And they don't have a good defensive shortstop. So, I don't know. That's something that kind of bothered me a little bit today. Castellanos did not have a good first at-bat. Struck out. He was late on a fastball, I remember. Hopefully his timing comes back. He just missed a home run in his next at-bat. After that, I remember that too. There was Arroyo who homered, and then Schwarber walked, and then Casty worked up a big count and just missed a home run. Timing was just a little bit off there. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't really know like what else there really is to say, but as far as the hitting goes. Now, pitching-wise, we can talk about that. We can definitely talk about what went wrong today pitching-wise. We mentioned Tyler Phillips. I don't know how I feel about him moving forward. I don't think he's going to be a part of the rotation. I think that the starting five is obviously Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez, and Jesus Luzardo, and then Andrew Painter when he comes back. Ranger is an interesting guy because of the injuries and how many innings is he going to throw this year because of the injuries, and will he be good to go in October? All those things are valid questions, but Tyler Phillips is not making the rotation this year. Can he come out of the bullpen? I don't know. I think that he could be a trade piece that the Phillies try to use once the deadline comes, but not a good outing for him today. He's under pressure because there's, everything else is set, and Taijuan Walker and Tyler Phillips are sort of afterthoughts, So if those guys want to make noise, they got to make immediate impacts, and they got to be lights out. And that's where it has to be. And I did not think that he had a good day today. I didn't think that he was good at all. I'm going to get to your comments in just a little bit, too, so don't you worry, because I want to hear what your thoughts are as well. What else? What else did we talk about? Justin Crawford played today. He had a couple of nice plays. He did some good things out there, and I was really impressed. He had that nice single down the third base line in his first at-bat, which came in the 7th inning. And then he put up an at-bat in the 8th inning where he struck out looking. It was a fastball on the outside part of the plate. I forget who was pitching, but I wanted him to try to take advantage of that pitch, and he just did not. He couldn't do so. But overall, I thought that he had a nice day. I'll be looking for him to see how he develops during spring training. I think that this year he'll start off in Double-A, if not Triple-A. At the very least, Double-A. That's where I think that he'll be. Maybe he'll get a few at-bats in High A, and then he'll work up to Double-A. But maybe in like 2 or 3 years, he'll be in the majors. Unless he has just an explosive spring training. So, Painter is supposed to come back this year. It's not supposed to be until late. So, but yeah, he's gonna come. He's supposed to come back during the summertime. That's what the reports were last time I saw it. Let's talk about the pitching today. So Kyle Tyler pitched. Tyler went. How many innings did he pitch today? He went 2 innings. He gave up 2 hits, 1 walk. The pitching today really wasn't like. There wasn't really anybody who stood out to me. McMillan gave up a walk. Garnett gave up 3 walks. Mayer only went a third of an inning. That Francisco guy was pretty good. Carlos Francisco, he threw some hard stuff. He had a sinker. He had a fastball. I liked his slider that he threw as well. Maybe another developmental piece, but somebody that I thought had a standout day today and actually was probably their best pitcher today. You know? Thought that he did some nice things. He pitched in the 8th inning. Stashak, this guy's older, gave up 3 hits. Could have honestly gave up like 4 runs in that 9th inning, but good time for Rob to use him. Give him a chance, give him a shot, see what he gives you. And he didn't. And that was a good situation, I thought, for him to come on in. Yeah. So, that's where I stand with this team. So, I don't know. What were your thoughts? Let's get to people's thoughts on this game. Good show, JJ. Good show. Asia, prayers out to you and your family. You know that we've been sending out prayers for you all week, man. We mean it. What's going on? What's up, Michael? What's going on, Charles? What's up, man? Good analytics, JJ. For a preseason game, you're right on. Casty is the best. Yeah, I was... I wanted him to get that home run today. He just missed it. He did. He just missed it. Marsh this year, a lot to look out for this guy. And I like Brandon Marsh, but my man cannot hit left-handed pitching. There's no doubt about it. He is so bad at hitting lefties. And I am really concerned about what's going to happen at that position this year and who else can provide noise. Like Cal Stevenson today had a chance to make noise, and he did not. He didn't play well at all. I haven't really been a big fan of Cal. But Rincones and Crawford, again, like, I don't know if they're going to make it to the majors this year. Probably not, but I would really like somebody else to put fire into that outfield, because that whole thing, left field and center field, are just wide open. Like Max Kepler, I don't think is an everyday left fielder. Marsh is not an everyday left fielder. And Rojas is certainly not an everyday center fielder, so they're going to have a lot of competition out there. And I want somebody to be able to take that spot. So those 2 positions are going to be something that you also have to look out for as spring training continues. You know? So, yeah. See what else happens tomorrow. And tomorrow is another day. And we'll be back covering them. There have been talks about putting Trey Turner in left field. There were talks about Edmundo Sosa playing center. It's such a joke. Putting Schwarber back in the out. I don't want that. I don't want that. But this defense is a problem. It's not good. And Rojas plays good defense. Unfortunately, though, JJ, he did great in the fall league. How's he going to do this year? Does he deserve a shot? He does. But the leash has to be short. It has to be short. Tell me what your thoughts are about this game, though, man. As a rookie baseball watcher, I'm all I'm all lost in the double A and triple A stuff, but I'm ready to watch and learn. Okay, so there's a minor league system, right? So there's high A, there's double A, and then there's triple A. And then you go to the majors. So that's like where you start off. There's really rookie ball, high A, double A, and then it's triple A. So those are all like the developmental leagues that they have out there. It's very competitive, and we're obviously going to be covering the majors, the major league teams, so we're not really going to see some of these other guys. But that's why spring training, I think, is always a good thing, because we get to see where everybody's at. And it's a very good time of year to just compete with other people and see what's going on. You know, these people aren't going to make it to the majors. Like, this isn't going to be the everyday lineup. We scramble and we put how many players played today? There were probably, how many guys played today? We had 8 pitchers today. And 18 players. So 18 hitters, I should say. So that's like, what, 36? That's like about 52 players that played today for the most part. Now, Brnovich went 2 innings for them. Young went 3 innings for them. And Povich went 2. But yeah. Machin, that guy's good. That guy had a nice day for them. He's a good young player for them, and I'm going to be looking out for him. He's 31. He actually played for the Phillies. Of course, he destroyed us. I say he's a young player. He's been around for a while, but he had a good day today. Rojas deserves to be where he's at. You disagree. Why? What has Johan Rojas done at the plate to tell you that he's an everyday center fielder? Great defense. You got to hit. You can't be an automatic out. Stott was also hurt last year. Yeah, he didn't play today. I was a little bit surprised about that. Now, did he play yesterday? I don't remember if he played yesterday or not. I could double check that. Did Bryson Stott play yesterday? They lost. I remember that they lost 7-6. Yeah, he did. Josh Bro did good. He's a good hitter. I like what he does, but he's not a good defensive player. That's the one thing about him. Buddy Kennedy had a good day yesterday. Kepler, I think, had like two runs batted in yesterday as well. So, yeah. There's not really, I don't think that left field and center field are solidified. I don't. And that race will be interesting. Nobody has the defense in the league that he does. And guess what? Guess what, man? Like, Ben Simmons played fantastic defense for the Philadelphia 76ers, but yet couldn't shoot a basketball. I've been down this road so many times. I really have. Rojas is an incredible defensive player. I agree. But you got to get... if you're like... I hate to go back here, but it's the truth. Rob Thompson pinch hits for Johan Rojas in the 3rd inning of Game 7. Anybody else up, he was an automatic out. And I like Rojas. I do. I like Rojas, but it's the truth. He's an automatic out when he's at the plate. He deserves another shot. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I can't pencil him in as an everyday starter. I just can't. Unfortunately, I would love him. Ideally, I would love him to bat in the leadoff spot. You know? I would. But that's... I just... my expectations for Rojas are low. They're very low. So, the holes in the lineup when it comes to the downfall. Kepler's probably going to play left and center, along with Marsh. So, again, like, they're going to have platoons. But it's not like we have an everyday left fielder or center fielder out there. We know who's playing right field every day. But that's it. That's totally it. So, All right. I'm done. BW, I hope you had a great stream, my friend. Good win today. You guys did some good things, too. And again, we'll be back on tomorrow. We'll continue to keep our eye on some of these other young talent players. And, we'll be back and we'll be doing that stuff. I didn't unsubscribe. I subscribed. Did it say that I unsubscribed? I subscribed to you. All right. I love you all. And I will see you all tomorrow afternoon. We got a doubleheader. Tomorrow we got the Phillies spring training again. And then we got Sixers tomorrow night. The dreadful Philadelphia 76ers. Ew. But love you all. And see you all tomorrow. Lalatov.